Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Just wanted to pop in here with y'all really quick and discuss this new series, Miss Dev's House. Now, I was going back and forth in my head about whether or not I wanted to review this um show because I didn't really see a lot of headlines about it. I didn't really see a lot of previews. Normally the previews is, when you see a lot of previews of a show, that's kind of like what gets you hype about it and gets you like involved and want to watch the show. So I didn't see a whole lot of that. So I wasn't sure. But being that it is a show that's focused and centered around finding a female rapper or finding or female rap in general, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and review it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So Deb's House is a show on WeTV. It comes on every Friday at 10 p.m. on WeTV. And then if you can't watch it on Fridays at 10, then Peacock has the reruns, the episodes that you can catch up on if you missed it live. Um, Miss Deb actually she was on Growing Up Hip Hop on the Atlanta show for a while, but I'm not sure if the Atlanta franchise of the Atlanta version or portion of Growing Up Hip Hop is even still airing anymore, because we saw Brett, who was also on that show, get her own show, and now we're seeing Deb getting her own show, and we haven't, I guess, had any new seasons of Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta for over 2 years now. So we don't know if that's even coming back. So Miss Deb, she came from WeTV's Growing Up Hip Hop. She is, for those of y'all who don't know, she is a very well respected industry executive and music mogul. She's worked with people like Nicki Minaj, Cash Doll, Waka Flocka, Gucci Mane, French Montana, the list goes on. So on this new show that she has on WeTV, she's on a quest to find the next female rap star. She's using her position and her connections within the music industry, connections such as names such as Nicki Minaj, Cash Doll, to help streamline the process of her finding a new female rap star. Okay. Now, what I do like about this show and what I like specifically about what Deb is doing is that I feel like Deb is trying to really make a difference within the female rap industry. Like, I feel like she really does want to change the state of female rap. I'm starting my review. We're about 2 episodes in. I didn't review last week's episode. I did watch it. It was a little bit slow for me, and honestly, if I wasn't planning to review it, if I just watched the first episode, I probably wouldn't keep watching it. But then again, there are a lot of series that I know of that I really fell in love with. That, the first episode just didn't do it for me, but I kept watching, and it ended up being gold for me, and ended up being like even one of my favorite TV series. So I decided to give it another chance, especially since I'm reviewing it. But I think the first episode, you guys can go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. It was just when Miss Deb was going through all of the auditions, all the girls who were trying to be on the show, all of her panel judges, they spit their bars in front of them, and they got told either yes or no. And so she ended up giving 8 girls mics. That was her thing. They don't get peaches like how they get peaches on Real Housewives. They're not getting peaches, they're getting mics. So there were 8 mics, that was supposed to represent the 8 girls that she would allow to come into her house, into Deb's house, and to be a part of her show and competition for the chance to be managed by her with hopes of breaking into, mainstream hip hop. So we're on the second episode now. Um, but what I will say, one thing that I want to say about the first episode before we move on, there was a few things that Miss Deb said in the first episode that I thought was really dope. Like, she said that, there were a lot of female rappers that were out right now that were talking about a-holes, coochie holes and booties brown and stuff like that, right? So basically, when she said that, the first person I thought about was Sexy Red, right? Because a lot of people say that Sexy Red is like an industry plant. People are not happy that she has, quote unquote, infiltrated hip hop, right? That she's a caricature, all of this other things. They said that about Cardi B. So what Ms. Deb said that really stuck with me from the first episode was that she wasn't looking for, if you were gonna get up there and rap about your coochie or anything like that, you were not going to get it. She wanted girls who were going to rap about who they were, not how it was to be with them, right? Which I thought that was kind of slick. She wanted people to imagine who you are, not what it's like being with you, which is all Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion does, okay? Anyway, I digress. So, where was I? So the girls that's in the house right now are Billboard Baby, Rocky, Honeybee, Who Camille, Big Dank, Electra, Queen Izzy, and Big Molly. Okay, now those are the 8 girls that she selected. Now remember, this is a competition, so she's going to be eliminating girls every time. So every episode is going to wind down, dwindle down, dwindle down. So this episode, episode 2, Miss Deb was about to eliminate 2 girls. She was about to eliminate Rocky and Billboard Baby because they were fighting, the whole first episode, and they couldn't get their issues together. So instead of just like sending them both home, because Miss Deb was like, this is not no ratchet TV. This ain't baddies. This ain't Love and Hip Hop. We're not about to be on here fighting, right? So after she told them that and they couldn't get it together, she was like, you know what? I ain't gonna send both of y'all home. I'm gonna have y'all battle for your spot because this is how y'all supposed to do it. And you know what? I'm gonna give Miss Deb her 10s for that. I don't want to give too much away. Like I said, y'all gonna have to watch it. But I definitely give Miss Debs her 10s for that. I really respect the fact that instead of her just eliminating the problems, you know, she gave him a chance. It was like, okay, let's see who really won it. And honestly, I feel like that's how it should be done because, I mean, now we all know that, back in the day when it was rap beef, when it was hip hop beef, sometimes it could get dangerous, right? Sometimes it could really, really get there. Like, it was some real street stuff. But I feel like in this day and age, like you can beef with people without it being violent, rah rah. Let me punch you in the face. Let me shoot you, bang bang, all of that. We could just stick to the music, right? Let's fight it out in the studio, right? Let's get in the studio. That's what this hip hop is about. It's about your bars. So I definitely really respect that Miss Dad made them get in the ring, in the rap ring, right? Not the physical ring with their hands, but she made them fight with their bars instead. And so kudos to you because that's what this is about, Miss Dad. It's about them bars. So I'm not gonna lie, Rocky was kind of tearing Billboard Baby to shreds. Like she was tearing her up, and I was rooting for Billboard. Like I really was rooting for her, but Rocky kind of like tore her to shreds. Now there might have been some people who felt like Billboard Baby did her thing. Like I know I had a conversation with my dude, and he was like, "Yeah, she's killing her" or something like that, and I'm like, "Where?" But y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments. If y'all did watch it, who do y'all think took it home? Honestly, like I'm kind of happy that Billboard got sent home because at first I was rooting for her because I felt like she was a tomboy, and I felt like Miss Deb and the rest of the girls were kind of picking on her because she was a tomboy. Like Miss Deb even said in the episode, like all of that, like cocking your legs open, walking around with your hand between your legs, like you got like you got a penis, and then calling me bro, and all of this, like she was like, "Oh, we ain't having that. We not doing that. We females." And it's like, well, there are females that are kind of tomboyish, that not really girly girls. So like, and they want to rap too. So like, what kind of message are you sending to those female rappers that are coming up that, are aspiring to make it in the industry? And they don't, they're not really girly girls. They're tomboys and they want to walk around and say, bro, and they are one of the dudes. They are one of the guys, right? It's like, don't take away their hope. So that's one thing that I didn't like. And I felt like Billboard was getting picked on because of that. So I was kind of rooting for her, even though she did throw the snowball at the girl that kind of started that fight in the first episode to begin with, that sparked the fight between her and Rocky, right? But I still was kind of rooting for her, and I was happy that Miss Deb was giving them a chance to say their pieces and then rap it out and battle it out on the rap field, right? She made them get in the field. But when Billboard went home, like I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of happy because that girl could not stop talking. Like she just never shut up. And it's so funny because Miss Deb actually ends up telling her that she needs to learn how to not talk. My mom will always say, just as easy as you can talk yourself out of something, you can talk yourself into something. So you really need to learn how to control your mouth and control the things that you say because your mouth can be used for you or against you. And her mouth in this case was used against her. So that was good riddance. But like I said, I was rooting for her because she was a tomboy, this, that, and the third. But when she started to lose the battle and when people started to show love to Rocky, people who were feeling like Rocky was eating her up, she went and puts her hands over Rocky's mouth like to shut her up. And I don't know about y'all, but it takes a whole lot. And I'm from Philly, okay? Rocky's from Philly. I know how it is. It takes a lot of restraint for you to let a bitch that you don't know put her fucking hand on your mouth to tell, basically to tell you shut up, and you don't lay hands on her and lay that bitch out. Okay, it takes a lot of strength to do that. So while I was originally rooting for a Billboard Baby, when she did that, I was like, girl, no, you are a problem. Just like Miss Deb said. Miss Deb told you that you was gonna be a problem when you first came in, and you told her a problem. Nah, I'm not gonna be a problem. But that's exactly what you ended up being. Because when I saw you put your hand on that girl mouth, I wanted her to rock you. I wanted her to whoop your ass. I wanted her to lay you out. Because that was disrespectful and it was trifling. She don't know where your hands been. Was you just had your hands between your legs and between your coochie and stuff. Like, don't put your hands on my mouth. Girl, take your nasty. Anyway, so in the confessional, Miss Deb is kind of saying the same thing. She was kind of like, let's see what Rocky does. This is the ultimate test, to see if Rocky's going to be able to control herself because, like Miss Deb said before, she don't want no fighting in her house, okay? And what does Rocky do? She walked away, and so after watching that part, I kind of started to root for Rocky a little bit more, because in this rap game you really only do have one chance. And she did what she needed to do, even though it might have took a lot for her to walk away and not mush that girl's face in. I really think that it goes to show that she can be teachable, that she can, because Miss Deb is looking for somebody that she can bring in and bring under her wing, right? She wants somebody that's going to listen to her, somebody that's going to take direction, somebody that's not going to be too mouthy, somebody that's going to take her direction and respect her for her expertise and for her expertise, for all of her time that she spent in this game. Respect her as a mogul. She don't want somebody that she's gonna have to constantly butt heads with, and have to fight when she's trying to help you win. So I think that this was definitely a sign that Rocky can be one of those girls that she can train, that she can mold, that she can build, and that will listen and take instruction, from her team. So she's not going to be like one of them artists that's hard to work with. So I really, really did respect that about Rocky. And it showed a little bit about her on the artist development side. You know what I mean? So I really did like that. So Rocky, you lived to fight another day. You won. I'm proud of you. You definitely did your big one. Billboard baby, you lost. It's okay. It was just, a rap battle. You don't have to get in your feelings and try to put your hands on people and start fighting people. But I hope that you will learn a lesson from this. And I hope that you keep going because, I mean, you can spit. I mean, I ain't saying you suck, in the words of Cardi B. I ain't saying you suck. But you just got a little bit of growth and maturing to do. And that's all. So some of the girls that I like, I'm gonna just point out some of the girls that I like in the house. I like who Camille. I feel like who Camille is, she's like the comedian of the group. She's like the goofy one, right? She's our comic relief. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta keep it real. I'm so sorry, Camille, if you're watching. When I did see her audition in the first episode, I was like, I don't know. I was like, she cute, but I don't know, because Miss Deb is looking for more than just, girls that are cute. And who Camille, she can rap, but it was some girls there that I saw Miss Deb pass on, like Hot Chock, that I felt probably could have deserved to be there a little bit more because the bars was just a little bit more heavy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's not good for the show, because like I said, I love watching her. She's TV gold for me because she's funny. And I also like that who Camille is like, for me, she's like the Mother Teresa of the group. And I feel like when the whole situation was going down between Billboard and Rocky, like, Camille was the only one who actually went and checked on Rocky, who actually, I'm sorry, not Rocky, who actually went and checked on Billboard, you know what I mean? And was kind of being in her corner. Like, because it can, when you're like in a house full of women and you off by yourself, it could kind of feel like a bullying situation. And I really did respect that who Camille went and checked on her and talked to her. I'm still waiting to see what she gonna do as far as her bars. Like I said, girl, if you're watching, please forgive me. I still rock with you. I think you cool. I think you're the funny one in the house. I think the show definitely needs you because we need some comic relief, and we need somebody to get, to get these girls in order. Like, we need somebody to be like the leader. So I could see you being like the leader of the group. Big Molly, I love Big Molly. I don't know. It's something about Big Molly, her swag. She's like just so small and cute and petite. But her swag is like, I don't know. I feel like she has the persona of, the rapper. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Sexy Red, which is kind of tea because I think she actually did go on tour with Sexy Red. But Miss Deb liked her, and Miss Deb picked her. And she one of her mentors is Sexy Red, which is the rapper that be talking about her booty hole being brown. Okay, so that was a little bit tea for me. I was like, okay, Miss Deb, but I mean, I get it because for me, it's hard not to like her too. I like Miss Big Molly. I like her. I'm rooting for her. Electra, I don't know, like she's cute, she's pretty, she's cute to look at. And I know that she has 700K followers on Instagram. I don't know if she had that many when she first started the show, but right now she has 700K followers on Instagram. And I remember Miss Deb said she was looking for somebody that had an it factor. So maybe because she has 7K followers, she's on the show. Because I'm confused about why Electra was picked for the house as well. Because it's like, girl, you like her bars, she was the rapper that everybody was talking about when they had that video that went viral about the one trick pony, and she wanted to be an animated rapper. I mean, she's cute. The animation was cute, but the bars was not. They just were not there. I didn't see the talent there. So I don't know, y'all. I'm still confused on why Electra is there. She's a pretty, pretty girl though. Pretty girl, beautiful girl. So I am rooting for her. Who knows? Um, Izzy, Queen Izzy, my sister from another mister from the motherland from Nigeria. I like Izzy. Um, I feel like Izzy can rap. I feel like when I was watching her audition, I didn't really get a chance to get all of the bars because they kept like cutting in and doing her confessionals because she was from Africa, and Miss Deb was talking about how like that's Afro beats is this new sound, which is true. Afro beats is the new wave, right? Which played heavy on the reason why Izzy was selected, right? But I feel like Izzy really do have bars, and I feel like we're waiting for her to break out of her shell. But big up to my Nigerian sister. Shout out to the motherland. Definitely putting on for your African people, for the Africans, and for all of the immigrants, really. um, I look at people like Arya Starr, who has that record Rush. It's the rush. It's the rush, right? Y'all know the song. I cannot sing. Do not make me sing. So, but I look at people like her and how she just kind of came out of nowhere and blew up because Afrobeats is just the sound right now. They literally just added Afrobeats categories to all of the award shows like this past year because that's how big and is getting. Afrobeats is really taking over. So big ups to you, Izzy. Shout out to the motherland. Keep doing your thing. I like Izzy. Um, who else did I like? Hot Chock. Ooh, okay. I like Hot Chock. Hot Chock. She was one of the girls that was initially passed on in the first episode. And she was one of the girls that I was talking about when I was like, I feel like there were some very, very talented people who deserved to be there. And Miss Deb was kind of passing on them for like people that were nice looking, that were prettier maybe, or had better followings. Like I don't know. So I was just kind of confused when I first saw that. Like I said, the first episode was slow for me. I was like, what is going on? But it wasn't until this episode, especially when I saw that rap battle, how she opened it up with the rap battle. I was like, okay, Miss Deb, I like this. Okay, we about to really get into some rapping. Okay, we about to really be rapping over here. So I got a little excited. So Hot Shot, she was passed on initially for the show, but if you guys, oh, y'all gotta go back and watch. If y'all watched Hot Chock when she did her audition, she messed up. And she's from my city, and I was like, Dad, girl, you messed up. You had one shot. You know how Eminem says, you got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Okay? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember those bars? It was like, girl, when she messed up, I was like, girl, you had one job. You had one job. You didn't do it, Joe. You messed it up, Joe. Anyway, but when she started telling her story after she did mess up, because Miss Deb cut the music and was like, basically like, you know, you messed up and we never supposed to know you messed up. And the fact that you let us know you messed up shows us that you're not ready. And she just started bawling, y'all. And when I tell you, it was, I don't know, it was something about her energy, her spirit. When she started bawling, like the look on her face, or something about it just screamed like, I mean everything that I'm about to say out of my mouth, right? And I literally was in tears when I was watching her story because she was talking about like how she could never be vulnerable. How she had went through like sexual abuse, SA, when she was a kid, and it made her angry kid. She was wilding out. Nobody understood her. She felt like the eyeball in her family. And she also felt like her family was looking to her to, she had a lot of weight on her shoulder. And it's just, I relate to her. I don't want to tell too much. I want you guys to fall in love with her yourself. If y'all are going to, don't take my word for it. But I just want to say that Hot Chock is probably my favorite. Like, she is my favorite. Like I said, I like Big Molly. I love Big Molly. Big Molly, not the little one. Who Camille. I like her. She's funny. And I like Queen Izzy, my sister from another mister over in Africa. Okay, but all of the girls are good, and I'm hoping and praying that somebody can really actually become the next rap star out of this, and we just gonna have to follow and see what happens. So Miss Deb on episode 2, because all of that happened on episode 1. So Miss Deb on episode 2, she actually decided after she sent Billboard Baby home, she decided that she was gonna bring in Hot Chock because she still wanted to be able to start her show with 8 girls. She was planning on having 8 girls, and so unfortunately, she had to eliminate somebody before they even got started with the competition, because they was fighting. But originally she had planned for them to start with 8. So she made a call and she ended up bringing Hot Chock back. Now, Hot Chock is from Philly, like I just told y'all. Rocky is also from Philly. Now, apparently, allegedly, Hot Chock was rapping in Philly like long, long before Rocky started rapping. But then Rocky started rapping and she started getting like a real big buzz. She had the city behind her, and Hot Chock started to notice that. So Hot Chock reached out to her and was like, "Yeah, I see what you're doing. I've been kind of doing this for a long time. And I think it would be dope if you and I get together and, did something for the city to put the city on. Let's do a record." And long story short, Rocky told her that she was going to jump on a record with her and never did. She just went ghost. So now they end up both being on Miss Deb's house. So it was like, okay, y'all, like, what's about to happen? You could just feel the energy change once. It's like as soon as you saw them two on scene together, you just felt the energy change, right? So they come on scene, like I told y'all, within the first 30 seconds, you could feel like the energy change, right? And then within the first 60 seconds, like no lie, within the first 60 seconds, here they are yelling and screaming at each other and arguing and fighting in the first 60 seconds. And I mean, they start saying everything. We talking about busted BBLs. We talking about people not being ready, people messing up and dropping a ball and being weak. We talking about they just dropping low blow after low blow after low blow coming for each other. Okay, and it was like, where is all of this animosity, right? And it's like, y'all get the popcorn. If y'all came for the drama, now is when the drama is starting. Okay, it was crazy. They was going back and forth. I was like, am I watching baddies? And then, like, that's the next thing I thought about, because I'm like, Miss Deb already said she don't want y'all fighting in her house. Rocky, this is your second time. It's giving Rocky, you about to be a star either on Jocelyn's Cabaret or Baddies, because the only thing that you doing is fighting. And you on a show where you're supposed to be rapping. So anyway, they're throwing shots back and forth at each other. The drama is ensuing. You know what I mean? But while all of this is going down, what I don't like, what I did notice was that my girl Hot Chock was kind of a loner in the house and in the situation, like, because I guess because she came in a little bit later than the other girls, she was a replacement for a Billboard. So because she came in by herself, like the other girls, they already had a chance to kind of build bonds and connect and relate, and Chock didn't really have a chance to do that. So I kind of didn't like that, she had to be by herself. It was like the only people that she had was the producers. Like, Rocky had all the other girls on one end hyping her up and making sure she was okay after the argument, but Chock was over here by herself. And that's one of the things that she talks about constantly, her having to do things on her own and be by herself. So that situation kind of made me a little sad, because I'm like, girl, like, don't come in and start fighting yet before you got a chance to build bonds, because it is going to give, like, well, I have a bond with this girl more, so my loyalty is going to be more with this girl before they even had a chance to get to know you and love you. So that was my only thing about that. But we'll have to see, how the season continues. But yeah, I didn't really like that. So there's another scene that I really liked where Miss Deb was asking the woman to come on camera without their wigs, without their makeup. It was called the blank canvas. So she was talking about basically how a lot of artists, she was talking about basically how a lot of artists have alter egos, and they have this persona that they put on for fans and in their music, but that's not really who they are as a person. So what she did was, like, let's say for instance, Hot Chock, okay, Hot Chock. So she asked them their name. So Hot Chock's real name is Shamika, right? So she was like, okay, I know who Hot Chock is, and your fans and followers know who Hot Chock is. Now we want you to introduce us to Shamika, right? And so she had her stripped down. They had to strip down all of their wigs, all of their makeup. They had to put on sweatpants, no form fitting, nothing. It looked like they all was about to line up for their plate at the inmate line for child. That's what they all looked like. They was about to line up for lunch with their trays. That's what they looked like, inmates. But I really like this challenge because, like, I feel like it kind of forces them to break the ice and to be more comfortable, because it's like, once everybody done seen you with your wig off, girl, once social media and the world has seen you with your wig off, then it's like, can't nobody tell you nothing. And I feel like that's also another reason why Cardi B was able to be so successful, because she was able to show up 1,000% authentically as herself. Whether she had her wig on, whether she didn't have a wig on, whether her makeup was done, whether it wasn't, whether her house was trifling, you know what I mean? She was 1,000% herself. And I think people fell in love with that. So with Miss Deb doing that, I hope that, it helps them to kind of see, like, yeah, like, y'all, like, people are gonna fall in love with your music, but people are gonna fall in love with you. Not your wigs, not your outfits, not your makeup, not your followers. They're gonna fall in love with you. And so I don't know, y'all. I won't keep talking about it. I won't preach about it. But I really did like this challenge. Now, girl, who Camille? Who Camille? Now, I like her so, because she's funny. Like, I like Camille. She's funny. And okay, so she did something else funny, but girl, my hat goes off to you, because I could never do what you did. So on the episode, during this blank canvas, Miss Deb, to make some of the girls feel comfortable, Miss Deb even took off her wig, each time, to show them, like, hey, it's nothing. Take your wig off. I'm gonna do it. You can do it. So as soon as Camille saw Miss Deb take her wig off, Camille was like, "Oh, you taking stuff off? Oh, we taking stuff off," and went and took off her whole teeth, child. Now, like I said, I will give it to you, Camille, because it took a lot of kahunas to do that. But girl, I want to know what happened. Like, I'm not saying that it was a bad thing. Kudos to you, because, like I said, I could never have the heart to show my teeth if I had a few teeth missing. But you still beautiful. You know that. You still look good. You still gorgeous and everything. But inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, girl, what happened? Because you didn't even tell us the story. I mean, you showed us the teeth and you said, this was you. Now you ain't got to hide. These hoes can't say nothing, which I appreciate you, you doing that. Like I was saying earlier, if you already come out 1,000% authentically as yourself, and you show yourself at your best and you show yourself at your worst, then nobody can't say nothing. The only thing they can do is love you for it, right? So I respect it. But girl, you have to tell us the story. What happened? I mean, you a preacher's kid. Are you out here fighting? What's going on? Somebody did not. I don't want to judge, because I told y'all I like her. I like her. But Camille, we want to know. Inquiring minds want to know what happened. Tell us the story. How did you lose them teeth, girl? And now that you got your little check from the show, are you gonna take that trip down to Colombia and get them veneers? Okay, let us know. Okay, inquiring minds want to know. Um, that's kind of really all I have for you guys right now. Um, I'm going to try to really try to stay more consistent on this channel. Like I'm gonna try to now, especially now that I'm reviewing Miss Deb's house, I'm definitely gonna make sure that I try to drop a video every Saturday following the episode because y'all, I can't commit to watching it at 10 o'clock. I gotta catch the reruns on Peacock, so y'all just gonna have to wait for me on Saturday. I may try to start going live if enough of you guys want me to go live. Um, but if not, then I will be dropping a video every Saturday. And I'll also try to be more consistent on this channel to give y'all more content to look at and things like that. I appreciate everybody that has been, liking the content and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate y'all, I really do. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing my part and keeping giving y'all content that y'all want to, chit chat about, and we can get into some mess. Okay. So, like the video if you made it to this point, comment, let me know what you think. Are you watching the show? If not, what are you doing? Go ahead and watch it so you can come here and talk about me. I will talk about it with me. I will be taking live calls if I start to do it live. So I want y'all to kind of watch the show and kind of get into some of the characters. Go follow them. Go follow Camille. Go follow Chock. Go follow my girl Molly. Go follow the girls. Go follow Big Dank. Oh, I forgot Big Dank. Big Dank, I'm sorry, baby. It is nothing personal. I'm gonna get you in the next one. But yeah, y'all go follow everybody. Go follow the ladies. Check out some of their music. Go support them. You know what I'm saying? Like we love it. We love when these girls get into the booth and deliver bars, and that's what they're doing on this show. So make sure y'all go check it out and go support the girls. And make sure y'all support the channel by dropping me a like on the way out. I thank y'all for watching, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.